Hello everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin. Big up the CoinsKid crew. So on the micro, we are seeing a little bit of sell pressure for Bitcoin and a little buy pressure for the USD dominance right there, the tether dominance. So what I think we're doing right now, we're calling off and then we will smash through that local high. We'll start to see the Bitcoin sell kick back in above 70 and then the USD buy kick in below 30. If we start to see them two metrics lining up right there with another move to the upside for Bitcoin, I think we've got the perfect short play basically, and this is something I'm looking for. So I know at the moment people potentially jumping into shorts and things like that, but like I said to you, I need to see a little bit more data in the Bitcoin chart and equally XRP. I need to break down that neckline. So do pay attention to the XRP setup that I'm looking at. Okay, so if we do start to come up for Bitcoin, break that local high, everyone's going to get stupidly bullish, you know, buying spot, jumping into longs at that point, but you don't jump into longs at that point. That's major resistance and potentially in 5 waves. So we'll be looking at retracement, and we've got the perfect little counter metric right there. BT sell above 70, USD buy below 30. Okay, so I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that metric right there to increase the probability of the short playing out without getting stopped out, and this is something I relay to you. So keep an eye on the videos, keep an eye on the Discord, because I'll post that trade setup as and when I see it. So taking a quick look at the CoinsKid index today, all you got to do is go to CoinsKid.com, go to all coins. Okay, this is a big macro view of the entire coins that we track. I think we're tracking around about 1,300 coins at the moment, so we don't track every single coin like a lot of projects do and websites out there. We just track a few basically, and I'm adding them all the time as best as I can for you and finding the opportunities, so stay tuned. Okay, but right now what we're looking at, it's really simple, and this is something I've been showing you for the past few weeks, finding opportunities. I was going down this list and showing you things that were underwater. For example, straight off the bat, take a look at Cardano on the weekly time frame. We was looking at beautiful ascending triangle into the 20, and that's pretty much where we're getting that rejection right now. So we've done that, you know, it's a nice little move. It's around about 20% trade for us, for those people paying attention. We jumped onto that particular trade a couple of weeks ago. Equally down the list, Chainlink. Again, if we take a look in recent times, I've relayed this to you, I'm looking for a rejection on that 20. So I'm actually looking to short Chainlink, sorry, at $12.62. Just there on that 20 and see a rejection and come back down, because what I'm looking for, if this is a textbook reversal pattern, unless it's some kind of double bottom breakout right now, we should be looking at an ascending triangle. Really simple. This is exactly what we got at the bottom of this particular pattern as well, the ascending triangle. So what we did, if you take a look, is for Chainlink way back in, it was last year, wasn't it? We came up to resistance, made the high low, resistance, made the high low, and then we broke back above the 20. So this is what I'm looking at right now. Rinse repeat on Crypto Street, resistance, high low, compression breakout, textbook, ascending triangle, breakout on the third point of resistance. If we break out in the second, amazing, my spot bags are gleaming in the sun. But this is why I was relaying these opportunities to you a few weeks ago, when people are extremely bearish down here on the potential of reversal pattern. So it's really simple. Now what I've designed here, I've got micro greed and macro greed. So micro is like, you know, day trades in and out, hourly time frames, so on and so forth. So if you see something that's flashing sell, for example, Link's flashing sell as it's approaching that 20-week EMA, it's offering a decent micro short opportunity right there. So how do we find spot positions? Really easy. On macro greed, all we do is go all the way down the list, and you're looking for buy warnings and buys basically. So straight off the bat, we've got ARB, which is giving us a buy warning. We'll take a quick look at that particular chart on the weekly and see why, because it's not, you know, it's not back tested at 20-week EMA. Really simple. Like every other chart we're looking at right now has actually done that. ARB has not actually done it. So we've got a move there, you know, a potential ascending triangle. From this point, if we create the high low, we're looking at a rough 24% upside. So for me, that's a buy and forget. If we keep going down the list, we've got buy warning on ZBC, we've got buy warning on Maker, but we're looking for a buy. So keep going down the list, you're looking for a buy, boom, there's one, W. So if we click the chart, take a look at the weekly time frame, wow, this is getting absolutely smashed up, isn't it? So we're creating a massive bullish divergence if we're coming down the stairs here for this particular project. If we take a look right now, we're running into this resistance. If we come back, high low, come back, high low and break out, we're on the 20. So I'm buying this for the 20 retest anyway, because I think it's on its way to that particular retest, which is what we're seeing. So it's around about 43% spot opportunity for yourselves, okay? Wormhole. You can get on BitGet or buy Bit, it's entirely up to you. The links are in the video description right there. So I wouldn't go all in, obviously. I'll just buy, forget, set an alert. When it is a 20, I'll sell it. And you know, it's just riding the waves. So if we keep going down the list, if we see any more buy positions, or below, we've got below neutral, we've got buy warning. There's not many buys, not many things are actually in the floor at the moment. We've got a buy there on Avio, never even heard of this. Go to the weekly time frame. Again, overextension from a 20. Buy and forget what we've got. We've got a beautiful move around about 77%. Wow, that's an even better one than Wormhole. AEVO. Don't even know what it is. Let's take a look at coin market cap. What is this? Market cap of 358 million. You can clearly see if I go to log all, it's getting absolutely smashed up. It's in the floor. No one wants to know about it. Possible rounded bottom down there. Look at that. And we're starting to turn a corner. So I'll be looking to buy this to trade it back up into the 20 week EMA. And that's simply how I find my opportunities using the CoinsKid.com index right there. Let's dive into the USD chart right now to see what's going on, okay? So taking a quick look at the tether dominance, this is why I'm not jumping to a short just yet. We are seeing a nice little bit of relief here, but I'm looking at this neckline for the tether dominance. I think that what we're looking at is a potential short opportunity on that neckline. So it was only a few weeks ago that I did relay to you the inverse correlation that we spotted in this particular chart is playing out like an absolute beast. Look at this. So there's a low for Bitcoin, there's a high for the dominance, there's a low for Bitcoin, there's a high for the dominance. Now what we've done here technically, really simply to see, if you take a look, that's a low and that's a low. This is a high and that's a lower high. Okay, so we've got higher lows in the Bitcoin price action and we've got lower highs in the dominance right now for tether. So what we want to see, obviously, this could be the last flush up to the highs. Everyone got stupidly bullish on, you know, the tether dominance and the collapse of Bitcoin. But all we're doing right now, we've got key signals in this particular chart that from this point right now, we may be seeing the cusp of a reversal because of the structure in both charts. So we've got a low, a high low, a high, a lower high. So if the trend has been reversed and we've got this beautiful bearish flag, right now this is where we're breaking down. But I think there's a little bit of confluence in here that if we come down to this neckline, we'll see a small little bounce here, a retracement before the flush down and the continuation of this overall macro bearish trend for the dominance basically, which would obviously include Bitcoin going in the other direction. Really simple technical analysis. I don't know how we can make it any simpler. Okay, so every time we come up to this resistance, we go long on Bitcoin, and every time we go into this short support for the dominance, we go short for Bitcoin. Okay, so this is why I'm not entertaining the short at the moment. I still think there's a little bit more upside here for Bitcoin to grab them stops, shake people out. People think, oh, okay, it's taking off into space, I'm going to go long, and they do it after the resistance break. You should be doing it way back down here, like I relayed to you a few weeks ago on resistance and key support for Bitcoin. Let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now. So looking at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, I think we could be on the cusp of a blow off top of this particular cycle, and you know, this wasn't necessarily the blow off top of the big cycle. I think that this is your big cycle, and what we've got is this last fifth wave. Now obviously being validated in the short term, I think losing that red line just there, that support that we put in, I think it was, when was that? That was the 6th of September. If we take out 5271, then yeah, I'll begin to say, wow, you know, we've not bottomed there and we're looking at lower prices basically for Bitcoin, and all we've got to do is come to the charts, draw a trend line, and then put bids on that white line if we get there. But I'm going to give Bitcoin the benefit of the doubt because of the structural bottoms I'm seeing on so many altcoins, and the fact that you're starting to see reversals and overextension from the weekly 20. I'm just looking at opportunity across the board. Okay, so even if this wasn't the low, you know, we jumped in and we rode it up and we're doing incredibly well on some of the, you know, spot positions across the board right there. But what I'm looking for, and there's no bias, it's really simple. What I'm looking for is a 1 into a 2 into a 3. Okay, now this third wave in theory should come up and take out the high, and then we're in price discovery once more for Bitcoin. Okay, and this is it. This is the stages set because we've got the 1 into the 2 into the 3 into the 4 into the final fifth wave here, and this is your end phase of the bull market for me for Bitcoin. Okay, not the beginning. I think it's the end of a bigger cycle that I've, you know, gone through with you so many times, that from this top here, this true top, which is basically a 2-part bull run, I've gone through this so many times so I'm blue in the face. We've got an expanded flat correction here, so we've got the 1 2 3 4 5. From this point here we had the 1 2 3 4 5. We traded this like an absolute boss. We broke out here, the 1 into the 2 into the 3. The 3 broke and confirmed that is the bottom. Like I said to you, we took out the 20 and we took out this point of resistance on the third point of resistance, and this is something I was relaying to you the whole way down. The falling wedge, the third point of resistance is where we break out, and we've done exactly that. Broke out back to see you later, and we've been coming up ever since. So I'm looking at is a 1, expanded flat 2, 3, WXY 4, final fifth wave. You know, we start to see 5 waves up there, start to print bearish divergence on the weekly. I'm out. You know, I'll be looking at them targets with you, and I'll be telling you I'm out. People saying, you don't really talk about so on and so forth, but I think, you know, we've got the perfect setup here. We come up here, we're out of Bitcoin basically, and then we'll buy back in the bear, the true bear for Bitcoin. This was not your bear market for Bitcoin. Your bear market is coming, okay, and I think it's going to be a nasty one because this is the end cycle. This is a final fifth wave of a bigger cycle that began since Bitcoin's inception. I've gone through this with you so many times. A lot of people are looking at this as being the end of the cycle, something like that, savvy and blockchain backer and so on and so forth. But like I said to you, I think we've got the perfect ABC. This is your final fifth wave here for Bitcoin of a bigger cycle. The invalidation in the short term is break down below that red line at 52721. I'm completely wrong, but so far so good. Rejection off this moving average, come back, find the high low. We're looking at basically a bear trap into resistance, breaking out, back test. We're getting our ass back above this moving average, and we're printing daily bullish crosses above a 200 EMA. That is data that you can't ignore. Okay, so again, what I'm looking at, a 1 into a 2 into a 3. 3 breaks the high, 1 2 3 breaks the high, 1 2 3 breaks the high, confirms the bottom, and then even this is a 1 2. The third wave took out the high. It's a confirmation of the bull market. This is just a correction at the moment for Bitcoin, looking for the final fifth wave, which is what we're missing in this cycle. Really, really simple to see. So this is why the past few weeks I've been incredibly bullish on a lot of these altcoins, Ethereum, GRT, been posting beautiful setups, you know, Chainlink, Cardano, VeChain. But what goes up must come down. I think if we see a little flush above and then a retracement, we've got some kind of 1 2 1 2 setup here, which is incredibly bullish, like we've got here, 1 2 1 2 and then break. So we've got a 1 2 1 2 and then break, and this is part of the third wave for Bitcoin. So understand update, stay position, stay tuned. If you're looking for more trade setups and things like that, definitely dive into the Discord, because it's easier for me to get them out in real time. So, you know, my theory right now is we're breaking bullish, and that's your invalidation, 52721. If we break down below that, all we've got to do is come to our charts and buy this trend line once more. But I think there's a case for Bitcoin at its bottom right there with the macro setup that I'm looking at as well. Hope you understand the update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care everyone. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Bye bye.